Kundalini, right? So how does it really work?
Okay, so step by step, how does Kundalini rising work? Because we're talking about the Kundalini rising, okay? So first, let's look at a timeline here. Okay, this is maybe your timeline. Okay, so you can say CB. CB, when he was a child, he had all his chakras open. And that's why he had psychic abilities. That's why he could see other dimensions very clearly. He had many experiences because all his chakras are working fine, or at least most of his chakras are working fine. But at the age of 3, between 3 to 4, that divine vision is gone. It's not just for CB, it's for most children. Until the age of 7, he's going to soak all his 3D programming, plus whatever else he's supposed to soak in. Okay, why is he going through this? There has to be an interesting reason. The reason is his journey on planet Earth has to be very amazing. It has to have lots of ups and downs. But why? Without the ups and downs, he will not see duality. He will not see the contrast. And he will not figure things out in the sense that everything is actually okay and everything is same. Because after 3 to 4, he's forgotten the stuff. He's forgotten that he's a soul. He's forgotten that life is very temporary on planet Earth. His ego has taken over. Okay, so there is a 3D self now, which we call ego. But actually, what is ego? Ego is not necessarily a bad person. An egotistical person, like we think, oh, this person is so egotistical. That doesn't mean he's a bad or a good person. It means this person has a very strong attachment with the physical identity, which is the result of his programmed reality. A programmed reality. So it's literally just functioning on certain programs and codes. Okay. So what happens here is we have a Kundalini awakening already happening in childhood. And in many cases, the child has already figured it out before coming to earth, everything. But they also know that when they're going to go to earth, they're going to choose a set of parents, set of family members. Many templates will come to this kid. Different types of templates where he has to work through. Okay. So say here is the timeline. At 3, the third eye, it works, but it will have some impact of 3D reality also. By the time he's 7 years old, now he has soaked in all of the stuff. Then comes the most interesting part and the most crazy part, puberty. Why it's crazy? I'll tell you. Scientifically also you can think, and metaphysically also, because when a kid is a kid, they don't care about their gender. They don't care they're a girl or a boy, they're this, they're that. They're just happy being whosoever they are. The gender, whatever nature has given to them, they're chilling with that. But as soon as puberty kicks in, all of the hormones, they start changing. Things start changing. The girls, they realize, oh, my body is changing, or crazy things are happening. The boys have realized some stuff is happening somewhere, you know. So they're all trying to figure things out. And there's a lot of stuff that happens here that comes from the template. Many experiences happen. So when these experiences happen, a person starts forming a portal. Every human being is a portal. Now this portal starts attracting other experiences of similar nature. And by the time a person has grown up a bit more, let's say they reach till 27, this is a pretty good age for massive spiritual awakening. And it can happen earlier also. It's not a hard and fast rule, but 27 is when a lot of people have mentioned, like collectively they go through certain experiences for sure. It can happen at 21, it can happen for some people at 17, blah, blah, blah. But 27, let's say this person has finally realized that they're not this ego, but they're something more. Okay? So let's say, let's erase some of this. We need some space. So we'll straight away go to 27, okay? All the puberty is gone now.
Finished.
They've had some relationships by then. They've had some bad dates, some horrible experiences, some good experiences also. So now at 27, or whatever age you can, I'm not very hard and fast on this because for me also it was not very hard and fast. So you say, here the person is now questioning everything. And they say, well, am I just this person's CB or am I something more? And this is the place where duality is very obvious. It's in the face. The masculine energy, the feminine energy, the dance, the dynamics, the anger, frustration. And they also imagine, people start imagining that there is somebody out there who's going to make them complete. Their half, incomplete half. So that incomplete half is actually within them. Because inside of them they have both Ida and Pingala, nadis, okay? So Ida and Pingala basically masculine and feminine nadis, which every energy being has. Everybody has it, okay? The only problem is that when you see it on a physical level, it becomes confusing. Because physically you know that a man is only going to do certain things or a woman is only going to do certain things and that's about it. Okay, so how does this whole Kundalini stuff come into the picture? So Kundalini is happening spontaneously. It's rising spontaneously. Suddenly something happens, like what? You took some drugs, you saw some sacred geometry, you got drunk somewhere, you had a bad experience. Something dark happens. Because this Kundalini is also a dark mother. She's a dark mother. She's a disciplinarian. She's very strict. She's very serious when it comes to business. And she's a hustler, okay? So she says, okay kid, you had a lot of fun. Now it's time for serious business, okay? So when this person is going through a lot of pain, sadness, anxiety, this is the time when the Kundalini gets the opportunity to teach them some really cool lessons on metaphysics. What is the lesson? Lesson is not very difficult theoretically, but of course practically takes time. So you have the Kundalini, first you have the awakening, okay? So there are a lot of people who actually will tell you that I will help you awaken your Kundalini, but that's not how it works. Kundalini will awaken if they see a true master can do that, a real teacher can do that. Or the person has gone through a lot of shit in their life and it's going to happen. But if you see both the things, they have to be predestined. Going through a lot of bad experiences as well as meeting a true teacher or true master. It's all pre-written. Past life karmas, their intention on earth, and also the reason why they're on earth. If these people are volunteers on earth volunteers we call them, then for sure they are going to have a Kundalini awakening. Because that's their blueprint. Because that's why they're here. Earth volunteers don't have to really be there for karmic reasons. They're not there because, oh, I need to learn the karmic lessons. They already know the lessons. They're literally waiting in the waiting area. I've filled forms. When is my name going to come? I need to go to earth and do my duties. Do my duties. Tongue twister. But when they come to earth, they forget it all. And that's where the drama begins. Because they suddenly go like, why am I here? What am I doing? Why me, God? Why did you choose me for this? This is horrible. It sucks. I'll never come back again. This is the favorite statement. They all never want to come back again. But they all were dying to be there. Every single earth volunteer was dying to be there, was like going crazy. When my turn will come? When will I go and serve? But when they are here, they forget it all. And in fact, they know this, that we're going to go to earth and we're going to forget everything. So you know what we need to wake us out from that sleeping state? Triggers, slaps in the face. Wake up! Okay, so this is basically how the awakening is connected. You get triggered massively, you're frustrated as hell, and you start looking for answers. And the interesting part is, the answers also come as per your frequency, what frequency you're on, the percentage, 10, 20, 30, 40, how much you have ascended. Because you're not going to ascend in one go. You're going to ascend in cycles and phases. And it can be linear and non-linear, both. Anything can just be thrown at you. And who decided that? Okay, any guesses?
God.
God is just helping you. It's you who decide that.
Oh, it's me.
Before you come here, you create everything depending on what you have and what your job is. So say if you want to be an artist, a painter, you need to go through certain school examination. Like, I know artist sounds really interesting and amazing. Let's say you want to be an engineer. So you're going to go and first clear the entrance exam. Then you're going to go and apply for some more exams. And then you're going to have to do your engineering. And then you have to do some added courses on top of it. So many things you do. Finally, you qualify to be an engineer. And then you have to be on job training, OGT. And then finally, one day you're going to be an experienced engineer. Similarly, a volunteer's life is like that. First, you have to be ready for everything. So you have to go through a lot of tests, trials and tribulations. You have to learn in cycles, phases, and linear and non-linear ways. But all along, all of this is going on. The interesting thing is that your chakras start working better. I mean, chakras are always working. How this business works, chakra business, I call it chakra business. It makes you go crazy sometimes. So it's chakra business. Because chakras revolve like this. They are discs, energy discs basically. Okay, so let's say you have I'm actually doing a really interesting video right now, I think. And we did it spontaneously. It was not planned, right? So everything is happening spontaneously. That's one lesson that comes when you heal. When your chakras work, you know it's all happening on its own. Everything is happenstance. You're not doing it. It's happening. We need to always remember this. It's all happening, because then it makes our life a lot more easier. I mean, you're not angry after that, okay? Like, me and my mom have an argument. You and your son have an argument. You wanted to go to Kerala yesterday. You're not going. You're here, even now. You had a flight. You know, all those things, confusion, drama, blah, blah, blah. This moment. It all culminated into this. And this will culminate into something else. So it's all happening and we're all becoming. We're not doing it. So the less we do, the more we become. And the state of awakening leads you to just be. So how the chakras work? Your Kundalini will awaken and it will start rising. Okay? It needs dark matter to rise. I already made that triangle diagram. So We'll probably do it in some other video, otherwise it will get confusing. But if anyone wants to know how your pineal gland, pituitary gland works and what is the angle of light or triangle of light, then there's a separate video for it, because that's kind of a bit more lengthy. So anyway, your Kundalini rises up, and say this is a person in meditation, okay, kind of weird stick figure, okay. So here you have all the chakras till here, okay, the lowest being here. Then we have Swadhisthana and Mooladhara. So there are bottom 3 chakras and there are upper 3 chakras. This is how it really works energetically. Now they're independently also working. Independently they're doing their job, okay. But the upper 3 chakras and the lower 3 chakras are connected in many ways. And in between there's a heart chakra. So let's say it's like, sorry, too much distance. And here, okay. So this is connected to this is connected to this is connected to this. And when all of them are literally connected to each other, they all start working here the most, in the heart. So before that, when all of this is disconnected, the most active thing is mind, not the heart, okay. So the job that we are doing here is becoming a person who functions via the heart and not via the mind. That's the thing. But it's not going to happen in one go. That's why it feels very difficult. Because you're going to get one cycle of chakra healing. Your chakras will work 10%. Okay, I was saying something a while back. I said something, I don't know if you remember it or not, so I'll say it again, that the chakras are always working. Chakras are always working 100%, 1000%. But we are not aligned with them. Understand? So here is the energy body, and here is our physical identity based body. So we basically move away from the chakras. Yeah. So we are not, that's why they use the word alignment so much. It's like aligning the wheels with the car. So imagine somebody has a car and the wheels are not at all aligned. How will the car function? Like wobbly. That's what happens to a lot of people. So when you align with your chakras, I mean, let's say, and it's not like one linear line that I've made, because a lot of things are happening in a very interesting way that cannot be put on the diagram. So let's just understand it a bit. Like say the chakras are revolving like this, but I am not with the chakras. I am here and chakras are revolving here, although it is my energy field. So I'm not going to get so much benefit of it. But if I align a bit more, say 10%, I'll get more, 20% more. This is what is happening with this one also. So slowly and gradually 10, 20, 25, 30, 40, blah, 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 it goes on. And one day the person is fully aligned with the chakras. And that's like amazing. That's amazing. That person there is a magical being. You know why? I'll tell you. So this person is aligned with the chakras, right? The Merkabic field will get activated. A Merkaba, you know what's Merkaba? Merkaba, okay? Merkabic field will get activated because now this person's 72,000 nadis, energy centers are working. 72,000, okay? And the whole job of chakra, the actual job that chakras are doing, and you know the world is suffering because we are so disconnected with the genders nowadays, and we are so disconnected. I mean, people have problem with gender. The physical, feminine, masculine is in confusion. Imagine what's happening to the subtler one. So we need to Basically, we have two energies. In duality, we have two energies, and this is where I'll wrap up because already we've talked a lot, and metaphysics is very deep. I can pick like everything and I can go on for 3 hours basically. So we're gonna just wrap it here. So duality is basically feminine in the broad category, feminine and masculine. I don't want to do dark and light because that's like very confusing here. At least in this context, we don't want to do that context. So we have feminine, masculine. Okay, so in the chakra system also, we have these two polar energies, opposite polar yet identical. And we call it twin flame, where a lot of people have made this whole twin flame business very romantic. That's why it's very confusing. Most people think, oh, I'm supposed to find my twin flame. But the twin flame energy is inside of you. It's literally within you. Because Ida and Pingala are inside of you. These are two opposite polar energy points, okay? And now we have the Shushmana Nadi in between, connecting them. But this works the best with a combination of Manipur Chakra mantra, Manipur Chakra, which is solar plexus. So they always say when it comes right from your solar plexus, it's the right thing because that gut is called solar plexus. So your solar plexus or your gut is literally the most important organ of your body, physically. So when this part is healed and you mix it with third eye, the mantra and focusing on pineal gland. The mantra and focus on pineal gland. When you do these two things together, that's when your Shushmana opens up. All the blockage starts going away. So there's no blockage now. And then this energy will start moving to Ida and Pingla. And with Ida Pingla union, I know it's a very hodgepodge board, but Ida Pingla union means all 72,000 nadi is working. And when these work, the Merkaba is activated. And Merkaba means the avatar self is activated. The avatar self is the soul personality is activated. The divine self is activated. Now the person is going to be their true self. Doesn't mean they will say, oh, I don't want this body anymore. Actually, it will be opposite. They will see the body as a vehicle. They will see all 3D resources as resources, like body, family, house, whatever God is giving to them. They're going to make the best use of it. And somebody might say, oh, you know what, I've done so much meditation, I've done this, that, I really don't know why it's not working for me. I think the simple reason why it doesn't work for a lot of people is because they don't know how to surrender. So basically, this is the missing link. They are running and chasing, and this goes on and on and on, multiple thousands of cycles. But they don't want to let go. They don't let go. But when they let go, they surrender. And you know what helps us to surrender?
Trust.
Service.
Hey.
Serve others. Help others. The very reason why you're an empath is because you're a giver. But you choose to throw that away. Are we ready?
Yeah.
So we were talking about volunteer and service, and that's when the doorbell rang really loud, because we're actually supposed to go to the kitchen garden and do some volunteering service. So I think it's a sign of God in the perfect time. Yeah, you got to paint and I got to meet the dogs. Anyway, so when you start doing things for others, when you selflessly do things for other people, help other people, provide for other people, take care of other people, and be very thoughtful also, like you're not supposed to just randomly help people and enable them. You should only help those who need your help or where your heart goes out. Like somebody might want to help cancer patients, somebody might want to help animals, somebody might want to help the earth. grow some organic food, teach some kids, like whatever. If you go and pamper people in the name of service, then that's not volunteering in service. It's like spoiling them. So this discernment also comes to you when you surrender to source, because source is going to teach you to recognize who's real and who's fake. When we don't recognize, we keep doing this running, chasing game. We don't recognize what? We don't recognize love. Everything is happening around love. If I know that this is a genuine person, I should go and help. In my case, I always feel like, this is an example, not bragging or anything, because the credit goes to the masters and source. I always feel for animals. I don't feel either for children, and specific type of children. You know, if it's like children from very fancy places who are very well pampered and all, maybe not. I know they're not going to be open to it. They don't want it. But when I see a voiceless being in trouble, I know that this person, there's something like some energy that, so everyone can have different things that they want to care for. But at the end of the day, it will be service. Say you create a nice place, like in our kitchen garden. People from different parts of the world can come, they can stay, they can help, they can support, they can do service, they can spend some time, study, and carry that energy, that essence with them. So you're just creating something for people, like you have to think about it. And the best way, my master says, this is very nice and I really like it and it has changed my life. He says that you should help people with your own money. You earn, you should earn. He's not saying become sannyasi and just sit in one corner. You should be independent, you should be hardworking, you should have a job, you should have some skills. But all the money you earn, don't waste it in brands and buying stupid shit that is just for the ego massage. Earn money and put it to good use. That's the right way to live. And remember, because you're going to go from this planet and we cannot take anything with us. When you're born, you're a naked, crying baby who cannot even feed itself on its own. Yet so powerful, so vulnerable, so powerful. Gets everyone to do the job. But the baby knows that I'm here for some time, back in earth. I gotta leave in some time, I have a job to do. Adults don't. And that's why we need the Kundalini awakening and rising. We need all the cleaning up, the shaking up. We should be thankful to God for that. Isn't it? So yeah. With the attitude of gratitude, we should do inner work. And this is where we wrap up this video. Thank you so much. Mwah, mwah. It's done. You're holding the phone since so long.